to the Jonathan Ross Show. Let's start, as we always do, let's look at my green women sees on the programme tonight. My first guest is one of the hottest talents around. He starred in The Hobbit, he was in Fast and Furious, Clash of Titans, The Three Musketeers. It is the fabulous Mr. Luke Evans. Looking handsome. My next guest is one of the most daring, honest and thought-provoking comedians around at the moment. Is Shazia Mirza. There she is. Great to have you here. Also on the show, one of our brightest new stars. He was the lead in Kingsman, a great film. He's soon to be seen as Eddie the Eagle Edwards in the film of the same title. It's Mr. Taron Egerton. Hey, Taron. Great to have you back. Good to be back. Young Taron. And also on the show, we have one of the world's best all-round entertainers. He's a huge movie star. He's won Tonys on Broadway. He's been nominated for and hosted the Oscars. It's only Wolverine himself, Mr. Hugh Jackman, ladies and gentlemen. Great to be back. Great to have you here. And as if that weren't enough, we have some incredible music tonight from the legendary Primal Scream. There. Hey, ladies, how are you? Before we get to that, just a few things I need to show you. A newsreader in Australia has had an unfortunate wardrobe malfunction this week. OK, it was nothing indecent at all, but judge for yourself. This is the outfit she wore, you see. What she's done is, I'm sure everyone's done something, she's put the blouse on in the morning, it's looked fine. It's only when other people look at it from the other side, they see that. And it's like one of those optical illusions, you know, like, is it two faces or a vase? Once you've seen it, you can't unsee it. Like this newsreader, she appeared on TV like this, and it looks great to start with, and then you look at that shape round the top, and you think... And she wasn't to know. You thought, why couldn't it have been a black zip? It would have been much better. She's Australian as well. Hugh, what's going on over there?
Yeah.
What's,
I know. It's not an accident, by the way. We do like a shirt with a bit of embellishment.
Yeah. I don't know. Hang on. I'm just saying. Now, my favourite thing I found on the internet this week is called, you might have seen this, it's called When Animals Look Like Things. Has anyone seen this? So, the first one was posted on Twitter by Karen Zach, so thank you, Karen, and it's called Chihuahua or Muffin. OK, so essentially, it's a picture of chihuahuas mixed up with small pictures of muffins taken up close, and it's surprising it's quite hard to tell them apart. So have a look at this. There they are all together. So you see, if you have a look at a few... Are we going to do some close-up? I think we are. So you look at it... So that's a chihuahua, right? And then this next one, that's a... Up close, you can see that's a muffin. Then have a look at another one. That's actually a chihuahua baked into a muffin. So that's... So this was my favourite one this week. I saw this. This is it Trump or raw chicken? Have a look at this. There you go. So if we're going close, what do you think that is? Is that Trump or raw chicken? That's actually Trump. That's the bit where his thigh meets his balls. That's right down there. It turns out, though, there's like a seemingly endless supply of things that look like other things. So I thought we'd test our guess power of perception. So if you don't mind, we're going to flash up a few examples, and you have to tell me what you see. Luke, I'll start with you. Is that OK?
Yep.
Luke, I'm going to show you some pictures. It's either a labradoodle or fried chicken. OK? So I'm going to show you the first one. Here, it's coming up quick. This one. Labradoodle or fried chicken?
Fried chicken.
Yes, correct. Next one. Labradoodle or fried chicken?
Labradoodle.
Yes. Last one?
Fried chicken.
No, fried labradoodle. Not bad, though. Pretty good. Hugh, we've got one for you, and this one is tailored specifically to you, if you're ready for this. This is it sweet potato or Hugh Jackman? The first one coming up now. Have a look at this.
Okay.
What do you think? Hold on. Was that from your Snapchat? Have you been sending that to people?
Terrence.
OK. What do you think? Is that Hugh or sweet potato?
That was... I want to say me, but it's definitely... I want to say me, but it's probably sweet potato.
It was a sweet potato.
Yeah, it was.
OK, let's have a look at another one. Let's have a look. Here's another one. Hugh Jackman or sweet potato? What? It's a perfectly innocent game. You can play with your kids.
It is sweet potato, but I wish it was Hugh Jackman.
OK, you're right. Sweet potato. Last one. Hugh Jackman or sweet potato?
I'm going to say Hugh Jackman.
It was Hugh Jackman. Congratulations. 3 for 3. Who knew a sweet potato could be so powerfully erotic? Let's get my first guest out there, the stars of what I'm certain will be the feel-good film of 2016, Eddie the Eagle. It's Taron Egerton and Hugh Jackman. Here they are.
Nice to see you.
Nice, lovely to see
Lovely
you.
to meet
Hello,
you. Yeah.
loving your work.
You're wonderful in the movie.
You're fab too.
Thank you so
Great
much.
to have you here. So, the exciting news is Eddie the Eagle, the film, opens next Friday, the 1st of April. Now, I was a young man when Eddie Eagle first burst on the scene, so I know all about him. Was he big news in Australia as well, Hugh?
Huge. He was huge. We loved him. He's like an honorary Australian. He's the ultimate in just having a go. And I do remember jumping off my mate's veranda into the pool, pretending to be Eddie the Eagle, doing all that. He was huge. They love him.
And what about you, Taron? Because you are considerably younger than both of us.
This is true. I'm a lot younger than both of you.
Yeah, yeah.
It all happened in 1988.
Yes. How old were you then?
I was a twinkle in my dad's eye then.
You weren't even born?
1989 I was born, November 1989.
Wow.
Yeah. So, no, I knew nothing about the story. Matthew Vaughan, our eminent producer, he's backstage, called me about it and said, look, I know you would like to do something different after Kingsman. I think I've got this great idea for this movie about Eddie the Eagle, and he had this brilliant script, and I read it, and it was just incredible.
Were you, when he said that I guess he thought you'd be perfect for the role, then when you saw what Eddie looked like, were you a little disappointed that he'd thought that... You know what I mean? Because I love Eddie the Eagle, but he is, you know, he is a type, isn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, how did he sell it to you?
So, Eddie is actually a very good-looking guy now, but in 1988, you're quite right, he had quite a characterful sort of look. He had quite a prominent underbite, Coke bottle glasses.
Yes.
It was great that Matthew felt that I could do something so different from Kingsman. It was an irresistible challenge.
And you didn't use prosthetics because you captured the face well in the film.
Thank you. No, none whatsoever.
We have the glasses here. These are the Eddie Eagle-style glasses.
I can't believe this. I've been in this show twice, and both times I've been asked to put on the Eddie the Eagle glasses.
It's quite uncanny. But how is it... That's quite remarkable. Hugh, how was it for you, though, working... Because you see Eddie...
I laughed. I just laughed. I can't do it. Every time he did the face, to this day, it was just... Oh, my... And he made me laugh so much every day. I'm just doing that face. He is one of the funniest men I've ever met, but he is absolutely brilliant as Eddie.
Now, Hugh, in the film, you play a guy called Bronson Peary, who he kind of coaches Eddie, doesn't he? He kind of is... initially, he's reluctant, but he helps him and he comes... But that's not a real person in the real Eddie Eagle story, is it?
No. I mean, there's a few liberties with his life to be able to tell a story. He actually had... Eddie told me about 30 kind of coaches or people he got tips from or equipment from, but there was no one real coach. But obviously the writer just smartly sort of amalgamated all that into one guy, Bronson Peary, who was an ex-jumper and spends most of the movie trying to tell him to get lost.
Let's have a look. Well, Friday is great fun. We were talking of the face work you were doing in it, and there's a sequence in the movie in which, as Bronson, the coach, you're encouraging Eddie, I guess, to kind of be a bit more primal, to release stuff inside him.
Yeah, to really embrace the animal within.
Yeah. And you ask him to recapture the face, his love-making face.
Yes.
It's about a 5-minute sequence of you just doing love-making faces.
And to be fair, when my wife saw it, she turned to me and said, it doesn't look anything like that. And it's much quicker than it was. No. It is something like a woo!
Ladies and gentlemen, Jackman, look at that!
That's it. So, Taron, you were in really buff shape for Kingsman.
I knew we were going to go.
And then, but for this, did they ask you not? I mean, did they actually lose some of the fitness?
No, basically, Matthew Vaughan, who directed Kingsman and also produced Eddie the Eagle, held a whip behind me for Kingsman and forced me to get into shape, and he's doing the same thing now. So when he doesn't do that, Eddie the Eagle happens. So
that was more comfortable. I guess it was nice.
Yeah, that's me. I'm sorry to any fans I gained from Kingsman. That's the real me. It's not going to change anytime soon.
But that's nice. A cuddly person is nice.
Cuddly. Sure.
So, you're just about to start filming Kingsman 2?
Very soon.
That's exciting, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
And what about Wolverine? You're doing one more Wolverine film, aren't you?
Yeah, one more.
Is that going to be the last... The last time you strap on the claws?
That's the last one, with the strap on. That's the last one. Yeah, no, this is the last one. It's been 17 years. I can't believe it.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And so why are you calling it a day now? Because I was reading the other day that Harrison Ford is doing yet another Indiana Jones film, which I'm thrilled, because I love seeing him on screen. And you can get away with a certain amount with, like, the smoke and mirrors that make movies.
Yeah.
You know, not so much with Wolverine, I guess, but you could carry on for a while longer.
Well, with cameos, it kind of is already eight. It feels like a lot, you know, and I've loved it, and I'm so excited about this last one. I can't, in my head, think of anything else to do with the character, but I know someone else will take over the role, and, I mean, you seem to be getting into shape. Is there something you want to share with us? Maybe you're looking to put on the cloth?
I obviously do have a Wolverine outfit at home, but it doesn't look quite the same on me. So when is that? This is the last X-Men film. Is this going to be the big X-Men film with him? Is this Armageddon, or is there a Wolverine
No, this
separate?
is just Wolverine, just solo, and we start shooting that pretty soon, so it'll come out next year sometime.
And after that, do you have plans? Because that's been such a huge part of your life. I guess that's dominated your working years to an extent, hasn't it?
It's like been every 2 or 3 years for 17 years. So I'll be calling you up for jobs, and probably some people here up for jobs. So,
yeah. What about the fitness aspect of that? Because I guess that's one of the reasons why you got as ripped as you did, of course, isn't it? And you must be. Are you kind of slightly addicted to that now? Is that because it must be such a buzz being able to do that kind of thing?
No, I'm not addicted. I mean, look, I actually do like the feeling of being strong, and I'm training way harder than I would if I wasn't in one of these movies. But it's painful. It actually hurts, and people say you get addicted to it. I'm not addicted to it. I'll be quite looking forward to having a few beers, some burgers, and just sort of, you know, hanging out. So, yeah, get ready the next time I'm on.
OK, so, you know, let me have a look at some footage I saw, because I want to show you this, because this shows you dedication, I think, to filmmaking, because we saw some stuff that Hugh had been doing while making movies to keep in shape. There's a little bit of gym footage, and this is what Hugh does. Even when he's working, he finds time to do this. Have a look at this, and we have some Taron footage as well to show you. So this is Hugh. That shows you, that's some serious weight. Serious weight.